Hey guys, Firebolt here, and today I'll be joined by the members of Lambdatech for the first world tour of this one-year-old technical Minecraft server. So first of all, hello everyone.
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
So these are just a few of the members of Lambdatech who can make it to the world tour. Unfortunately, some of our European members weren't able to make it, and now I'll leave it to SLH to explain what Lambdatech is, and then we'll begin the tour.
yep. So we are, as you mentioned, 1-year-old technical server, and we are focusing on large farms and some strange game mechanics. And yeah, so as you can see, we're starting in our spawn chunks, which were completely dug out. And this, even though this is a mushroom fields biome, we still got pretty good MSPT bonus after digging those out, and we can leverage it to have a small mushroom farm down below, which is kind of a default passive mob farm. The only difference is that we've suppressed all the portals, so we don't have any pigment spawns and so on and so on. So yeah, this produces about 10k steak per hour or something like this, and enough leather for everything we need, basically. So if we fly south from here, this is a continuation of the Mushroom Island, and we have a so-called small farms area, and I believe Near can talk more about them.
Okay. So this area is just pretty much where we put anything that isn't important enough to warrant its own perimeter. So for example, like over here, we have this ugly mess right here that's going to be our dirt farm. So we just have coarse dirt, and then you till it and it turns it into dirt. And then we dupe gravel, so we can pretty easily craft more dirt. So it'll just double our dirt supply just by doing that once, and then you can do that as many times as you want. Over next to it, we have a leaf farm. This produces, I believe, about 8.5k leaves per hour, which is plenty for our needs. And I don't know, it just has the player going around in water streams. They look up, break leaves. And then a little bit further back in this area over here, this is our currently very limited honey and bee area. So we're currently, one of our current projects is just making a bigger honey farm and a bigger bee farm sort of an area. But for now, this is really just all we have for that. We just recently updated to 1.15, so that's the reason for that.
And northwest is a stone factory-ish and small smelter. About 200 furnaces or something like this.
Very small.
Yeah, compared to something else. And it produces different types of stone automatically. So this was a quite nice project from one of our members, and we don't need to worry about manually smelting stone anymore or collecting the stone when we dig something or anything else. You just press the button, spawn a bot, and wait for a few days, and you have like a million cobblestone. Something. Yeah, we have like million of each right now. I believe it's million,
Nice.
or probably even more. I don't even know. Yeah, so we can go back to the spawn chunks. So this is kind of small hub, spawn chunks hub, with output from the mushroom farm we saw earlier. So just suppress the portal, drop them into the fire, and collect steaks. And from here we can actually go to our main hub area.
Alright, and my internet just went out, so it's up to you guys.
Alright.
And yeah, since this hub was mainly made by you, you can probably speak better about it.
So my goal was to fit in as many be able to fit in as many piston bolts as possible, so we have narrower piston bolts than the 5 wide ones. We also have, I believe, automatic minecart takeoff station and ejection, so it's not much of a hassle. That's about it. Although, hang on one second. Yes, we also have the pigman egg thing behind some of the trees, so that the pigmen from the portal in the center, they go bye-bye, so.
Oh, and we actually squeezed the ender pearl elevator in the middle, so from here you can go to like a control room for our mob switches, or to the gold farm, which is directly on top of the hub.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is a control room, which is basically right now has only mob switches control, but we are planning to add more here. Or if you like select another destination, you can go to the gold farm. Since it's a perimeter, we decided why not to build it slightly lower, so we have rates comparable to 1.12. This is Mango's gold farm design.
Here we are.
Yeah, so I think, I don't remember how he called it. It's like a advanced gold farm or something. So yeah, it's pretty fast. So next, we probably should visit our witch farm.
Alright.
So the witch farm was the first perimeter on the server. It took us probably like 2 weeks collecting slime needed for the world leader, because we didn't have any slime farm at that time. And since there are like 4 witch huts, we thought we should go with like 4 elements for each part of the farm.
Yeah, very detailed.
And mandatory witch statues, of course. Like you have to have those statues, otherwise you don't have a witch farm. Oh, and also we have a small squid farm here, which is just a portal-based squid farm, like water between the portals. Squid pathfind and ended up in the nether site. Not too fast, but produces about 10k per hour. I think it's 9.5 or something like this.
Alright.
We have plans to build more witch farms, because we're actually running out of redstone constantly when we start in some big projects. But yeah, we even have the location, but we yet to start. So next one, probably slime farm, because this was actually the second farm on the server. Second large farm on the server, I should say. And we can first see the overworld part, and then I will turn off the map switch and you can see it running. So now the nether side came from Psycraft's slime sprinkler, I think they called it. Yeah, just a we'll see it later how it looks and when it operates. But yeah, we have a crafting station here, storage up there, and the farm itself is very simple. So pretty much a bunch of portals or suppressed portals, with Y0 bedrock removed.
Hey, it's snowing.
Oh yeah, and about snowing. So there was actually quite interesting problem to prevent snow forming on some of the blocks because it could potentially update the portal and break it. So we had to go with extra suppression per portal to fit those torches. And mural.
Can't forget the mural.
Yeah, it looks nice. We can go to the nether site. I mean, you can go to the nether site and I will spawn the bot. And disabling the map switch and turning on the storage.
Oh, there they go. It's just an explosion of slime.
Yeah, so this is about 420,000 slime balls per hour, and I think Hikate now have they built slightly faster farm using more slime chunks, because this farm is only 12 slime chunks, but we were the first one who actually built this type of portal-based farm in survival. At least to my knowledge, we didn't see any public projects before. And by the way, the collection is done completely with hoppers, so no minecarts, nothing. So there is a quite large hopper mess underneath, but it can process, I think, 800,000 items per hour or something like this.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go raid farm. And so the raid farm, I don't remember the author of the idea. It's some Chinese guy with absolutely brilliant idea of stacking raids. So we used with various little changes. So yeah, it's very fast. This area is half finished because we're also planning to have Hero the Village farm opposite to the Raids farm. You can see outposts below us, and the outpost is needed to get, how you call it, this debuff. I don't remember, which is required to start the raid.
By the way, I really like the floor to this place.
Yeah, so the floor is Julia set, and it was manually placed. It actually tried to with the concrete and glass on top of it with the corresponding colored glass, but it was like you were visually tripping when flying around. So we abandoned that idea and just placed black concrete powder and glass on top, which is still quite good. Not as vibrant as with the concrete, but still good.
Hey.
And the walls are the first attempt at automatic gradient placement.
Nice, nice.
So this is a quite long perimeter. I think it's 800 long or something like this. Because again, we want to have second farm here, opposite to the raids farm. I don't think we need to run this farm. There are plenty of like videos on YouTube how it is.
Yeah, takes a while to start up.
Yeah. Now, actually, from here we can see, we can look at our PvP arena.
The what?
PvP arena.
Oh,
I've never used it before. I'm still planning to do so when New York is ready.
alright.
Zurk, I think you're building.
Yeah, I think it's up and running, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so probably you should describe it.
Actually, this area will become one of the, what do you call it? Gaming area. It will become a gaming area, and the PvP arena will be one of them. We are also planning on golf, to do some golfing. But yeah, this is the first project. Should be done. So basically, it's just Team Red against Blue, and when you die, you get the scoreboard on the. Yeah, you see the scoreboard there. It will update, so you can have. You can see the score. It will go up to 9 and then reset to 0 again.
That's really cool.
Which reminds me that the map switch is off, so be careful.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not. So we don't. We have not only technical projects, but also something for fun.
Nice. Have you guys done anything in the PvP arena yet, or no?
Like a few people played it already. I haven't tried it yet. I tried on creative when it was built first, but not on the server yet.
Okay.
The next project is like a general mob farm, no spider mob farm. It's based on KK's design he showed a few years back, and it is actually a really smart design of vertical acceleration. So we're not only waiting for mob to drop down by itself, but we actually accelerate it by pushing with the slime blocks. The farm is laggy, both client and server side. It still runs at 30 MSPT, I think, but for the client, it's pretty heavy. And yeah, here is the most precious redstone thing on our server, if it works. Yeah, it does.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask about that later.
I have no idea why we have it. So yeah, let me turn it on, and you can just watch the item stream below, and after you can use like a free cam or something to check the mob. So it's about 180,000 drops per hour. So not the fastest one, but it's hard to see because it's, first of all, it's the full 128 radius, and because of the fog effect of the glass, you can't actually see the mobs falling, but I can assure they are falling.
Alright.
So it was, it was roughly 1 million blocks placed for this one, like a lot of glass and a lot of redstone.
I'm forgetting what the numbers were. Was it like 600,000 glass or something?
Yeah, about 600,000 glass. And because we actually needed that much glass, we built our super smelter, I guess. And that's the next thing we can look at.
Alright.
So this was our first nether perimeter, and it took awfully long time to make because of bedrock kind of stuff. So this is a Nether Fortress farm. It's a default like a ghost sweepers type of farm. We took the Fallen Breath's idea of killing mobs with TNT. So you pretty much kill all the mobs besides the wither skeletons. And yeah, it's this farm produces about 6.5 skulls per minute. But we're completely redid the spawning pads and the wiring for the guests, so it's about 20% faster. And from here, you can see like a few dropper lines. Those dropper lines are used to deliver blaze rods to our smelter, which is used as the fuel. And coal, we actually delivering to the spawn through the end. So we have an end portal there. I mean, we have another portal which leads to the end portal, and then from there we're dropping it to the spawn chunks.
Okay.
And coal is used in that small smelter we saw earlier. And this is our big daddy, our main smelter. Like, so this is 1,728 furnaces array, and it produces about 600,000 items per hour, or 12 shulkers every 2 minutes.
All right. So what you're saying is it's not too shabby.
Yeah. And it's like time perfect. So we're not wasting any time between shulkers or for loading shulkers or unloading shulkers. So yeah, it was quite an interesting project in terms of redstone, because like a lot of systems to synchronize and so on. Yeah, and all blaze rods are delivered here. There are a set of sets below as well. We actually found just recently after the update that there is a bug in 1.15, and I believe it still persists in 1.16. So when you have a minecart statically sitting on the detector rail, this rail, if you unload and load chunks back, it's not updating the rail. So we actually had to add extra system, like some monstrosity below on the Y0, not on Y5 level, which is just for updating blocks to make sure those rails are updated and so on. Yeah.
All right.
And it is in a perimeter because even though there is not much server side lag, it was pretty bad for the client for some reason. The moment we made the perimeter, client side works as a charm. Yeah, we have a mob switches in the Nether, of course, but there's nothing to see there actually, because yeah, it's just a bunch of withers. Oh, Obsidian Farm. Yeah, this is one of our latest projects. So we need a lot of obsidian for some of the upcoming projects we have. And we initially thought about using the end platform for this, but unfortunately we have a concrete, like a factory in the end, automatic concrete maker. And there was simply no space to fit the wither in the end, so we instead went with the overworld portal-based wither farm.
All right.
Yeah, there is a lot of rules how to use this farm because it's kind of it is stable besides the moment of the server crash or restart. So there is a bunch of detection systems which are detecting the server crash and unloading the chunks and so on. So it is actually quite complicated farm, and one of our members Garnick, he spent probably a month designing this thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, for the floor you can see.
Yeah, this is my favorite perimeter floor.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad to build, to be honest. I was expecting much worse, but it was like a 5 people working all day, and we did it. And the most fun part that even the storage is in the Nether, so it's not that we are going to see this floor often. But I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah.
I can show how it works. So there are 2 withers trapped in a very precise position, and when the player goes back and forth using the portal, generates portal directly in between the withers, damages the withers with snowball, and then just drops player.
Alright.
It's fascinating how you don't get damaged by those withers.
Oh, you don't. Yeah, so the damage. It was also an interesting discovery. So if you crank up your render distance high enough that your client is actually kind of lagging when you enter in the portal, then it's not processing damage from the wither's attack. And actually, you have to do this because otherwise it will be at there's like a blast damage, so it can nudge the player left or right, and it won't fall into this hole.
Hmm.
So yeah, this is like, yeah, and since it's a client-based thing, depending on you can't use bots for it because bots are not lagging, and depending on how powerful your PC, you have to find the sweet spot for yourself. And there is another farm nearby, which is quite interesting to see, which is a snow farm.
Ah, yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have Entai, who is an original author of this idea. So I will try to describe to the best of my knowledge, but yeah. So the main idea is that we have snow golems down here, which is kind of your regular snow farm rate, but they all are on a lead attached to those fences. So when you turn the farm on, they will bounce on the leads. I don't know why this mechanics exists, but it allows you to make a very fast snow farm. Let me turn it on. So yeah, they bounce very quickly, and then we're just using fast TNT to explode degenerated snow layers.
Definitely
So
a very,
this is
very fun farm.
yeah, and again, I did not know this mechanic exists in Minecraft. So this was quite interesting finding. This farm is very fast. It's about 170 kph or something like this. Oh yeah, and this is like another part of the Obsidian Farm. There's also like 2 portals, one sliced portal and one regular portal, and just pushing player into another portal. And sliced portal to prevent suffocation. We actually need snowballs for another project we are working on, so it's not that we're going to waste them. So from here, we can go to one of our recently started projects, and there is no piston ball there yet, but it's quite interesting to see, I think. So this is the zoo. The idea we took from Prototech. So they are trying to collect every single mob and item in the game. So I'm not sure we're interested in the items, but we definitely want to collect mobs. So we recently started this project because we still have mobs from the previous Halloween all over the server, and we need to transfer them somewhere. So the perimeter is very patriotic. It's like an American flag, as you can see, and there are only two cages right now. One is just cows, so the mushroom, brown mushroom, and the regular cow.
Mm.
And another one is here. If you fly northeast, this is a full replica of the ocean monument.
Okay.
With Elder Guardian and the regular Guardian.
It's very cool.
Yeah, we actually used the sand to. We didn't want to make it hollow, so yeah, we used sand. So we're sure. I mean, probably it was an overkill because it's wooden hills biome, so no fish can spawn anywhere. But anyway, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so this is also like small, non-technical project we have.
Okay.
Since we're approaching another Halloween, I hope that this year we will finish all those Halloween mobs, like Pumpkinhead mobs.
Nice.
I think from here we should go to visit last large Nether project, which is also we started just 2 weeks ago. So this is a Nether Quarry, and we definitely did not steal the idea of the quarry counter from the SciCraft. So we have this counter in our Nether hub, which shows the total progress of, made by quarry. So there is like an insta line going from the quarry back here, and you can always see that right now we are done with like 97 layers out of 880. So the query based on Palace engine, we actually had to make a lot of changes because compared to 1.12, we have a slightly different update order, Rails updating slightly different, and so on. And of course, different TNT array and so on.
Mm.
But yeah, grabbers are completely a replica of Palace.
Okay.
This is 400 white quarry, and we can actually run it.
Mm.
It's not that bad for the server. It's under 30 MSPT usually when nothing else is running. So everything is kind of synchronized, and yeah.
Cool.
We actually had to clear the area first. Like we removed every single spawner, chest, and surprisingly fence, nether brick fence, because it turns out, I mean, it's probably known thing, but I didn't know about that. So nether fence will send an observer update
Yeah. When there's a
if
block
another
next to it.
block, yeah,
Mm.
which was kind of unpredictable. But yeah, so it was about 7,000 fence gates in this area, so it was a complete nightmare to remove, to be honest. But yeah, it is working, and it will collect a lot of resources,
Cool.
and puts in it's automatic. Okay, so going back to the hub, we can see our storage. Yeah, so this is our central storage, every single item in the game. And the idea was to have a fast storage and combine regular like chest storage with the bulk storage next to each other. So everything is double hopper speed. And we were thinking about having everything as a bulk storage, but since we're collecting all farms outputs next to the farms, it would be kind of overkill. So we have a double chest plus like a few hoppers for most of the items, and if you need bulk storage, then we have those slices for 500,000 or something like this.
Okay.
And yeah, it has some leeway to add new items if we decide to update to 1.16. And from here we can go to the trading hall. We still don't have piston bolts there yet, so we're lazy. And this is your design, so probably you should speak about it.
Okay. So now I've actually haven't used this while on the servers, funny enough, but the one thing that we did differently, now this thing was built in 1.14, and so this is before like the villager trading thing got lowered, the amount of times that you can trade with a villager per day. But how it would work is that you would trade with the villager here, then the next one, then the next one, and it goes in a circle, so you're back at the first one once you go around, and rather than just going through a line and then having to walk all the way back to the first villager again. But so yeah, and it looks pretty cool. There's another floor for those circular areas, and storage for enchanted books over there. So
Yeah, and it works flawlessly. So we're heavily using it, obviously, especially for quartz. And yeah, it absolutely amazing.
thanks.
Saved so much time. We added a buffer of the zombies because yeah, they are disappearing sometimes. I don't know why.
Oh, got a nice little raw cod farm here.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, we got more trading cells that can be used in the future if needed. So
Yeah, from here I think we can go to the end.
okay.
Yeah, I've also have in this area breeder and iron farms, but they're just regular Lambdatech designs, which is widely used, so nothing new there. Yeah, so if you jump or fall down, we have a end portal here. So the end island was completely removed, including all obsidian pillars and bedrock around the gateways. So everything was cleared, and instead we have these like UFO signs, how you call them? I don't like a greenfield or whatever they call them. So we want to believe. So this place is used as a convenient natural perimeters because we moved some of the gateways closer to the main island, and we can actually have a perimeter without doing anything. So for example, here we have a storage for the tree farms, while the farms themselves are in the void.
Alright.
Yeah, here is our map switch for the end on-off and one of the remaining shelters. So we had some incident while building the map switch. Yeah, we lost about 200. So this 100 is the hoax. We actually lost about 200 shulkers in total because, yeah, we were like initially we built like a silos here. Someone was flying past them. They aggroed. They killed each other. We collected 2 shulkers and so on and so on. So yeah, there was a few incidents.
Oof.
But now all the shulkers are here. So if you go through this gateway,
Okay.
you can see all the shulkers.
Mm.
And the reason why we did them without mine cards is because there is of the changes in 116, I believe, right? That passenger entities are no longer counted towards the mob cap. So we're kind of preparing ish to 116. And another thing we have here is quite large mushroom farm.
Okay.
So this is observer-based small mushroom farm, which produces about like 1 shulker per hour of red mushrooms and 1 shulker per hour of brown mushrooms. I have no idea why the hell do we need so many mushrooms, but yeah.
I mean, for decoration.
Yeah, probably like
Observer base just means that it wasted more ports than we could probably justify for it.
Mm.
But
yeah, it turned out pretty good. Someone in the chat suggested to use large mushroom, and it turned out really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's everything, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Alright, well, this has been fun, and yeah, it's a cool world, definitely. And for anyone watching who wants to join the server,
Yeah, so we don't have any strict application process. We have 2 servers actually. One is more casual play style where people just enjoy the game with a few like mechanics from the carpet, like a carpet extra, I believe, like a respawnable shulkers, sand farms, and so on. And another is this one, which is vanilla-ish with a few modifications. And you can just pop into our Discord and drop a message saying that which server you want to join, and someone will contact you. And yeah, we're always welcome new members. Server, obviously, we are not going to reset this map, but we are not sure whether we will update to 116.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it was nice being here, and so I thank you for letting me do this video on Lambdacraft. So yeah, that'll be it. And for those of you watching, don't forget to subscribe for more content. We do plan to do a server tour, hopefully again next year for the 2-year anniversary of the server. And so yeah, that'll be all. Subscribe, like, comment on the video. The Discord will be in the description. So everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.